Welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, Dr. Yukon Rexosaurus. Suck it. Yep, that's my last name. Suck it. Anyways, today I am bringing you a deck that has been referred to as Naya Runes. Runes, as in letters carved into stone or made of pictograms, things like that. And so let's take a look at this deck. It's supposedly doing super good. It's got like a 60-odd% win rate. At the low end, we've got the Generous Visitor. And that's the dude that whenever you cast an enchantment, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Yours, somebody else's, whatever you feel like. And then we got Michiko's Reign of Truth. And so target creature gets +1/+1 till the end of the turn for each artifact or enchantment you control. And then after 2 turns of that, you get out Michiko, who gets +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment you control. So hopefully you got a bunch. That'd be nice. We got the Rune of Sustenance, which gives your dude, let's see, they get lifelink. And as long as the enchanted permanent is an equipment, it has equipped creature with lifelink. Whenever Runes, so you get to draw a card when you play this, and then that thing gets lifelink. And then with Rune of Speed, your guy gets +1/+0 and haste, and you get to draw a card. And we have Rune of Might here. Here's the last of the runes. We get, that looks like one of those hobbits from Lord of the Rings there. So you got +1/+1 and trample, as well as drawing a card. And I don't see any equipment in here, so you can pretty much ignore that whole bottom section. In the middle here, we also have Kami of Transience, meaning to, it's moving, I guess. We got a trample 2/2, and then whenever you cast an enchantment, you put a +1/+1 counter on this particular Kami. And at the beginning of each end step, if an enchantment was put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may return this Kami from your graveyard to your hand. All right, over here we got Jukai Naturalist. See, this guy obviously goes with this. He makes your enchantments much easier to cast, and he's got lifelink, and he's probably a great person to be throwing these counters onto. Just go pow, 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 because that lifelink will keep you alive, plus it'll keep this guy around, keeping everything else nice and cheap. Because this is a rune deck, we got Runeforge Champion, which is a dwarf, and when he enters the battlefield, you search your library and graveyard for a rune card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. And then you shuffle, and then you can pay 1 rather than pay the mana cost of rune spells you cast. So it makes them incredibly cheap to be able to put out any of those 3 we got. We got the Restoration of Eiganjo, which basically ramps up your ability to get out some planes. You bounce. Let's see. You discard when you return target permanent from 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So I guess it allows you to put out something 2 or less just directly to your battlefield almost. And lastly, you get out this 3/4 guy who creates 1/1 color spirit tokens. And lastly, we got the Showdown of the Skalds. Exile to tally 4 cards in your library until the end of your turn. You may play those cards. Whenever you cast a spell this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So this is just about getting to your cards and then buffing dudes up. We got regular mana. I don't see any red mana. I guess we only got 1 red card in here. Oh, there's some red as well. So we got dual lands and more duels. So not a whole lot of interest as far as the land is concerned, but we'll play with what we got. Let's see how well this possibly amazing deck does. And we're playing against GP Money 17 because GP Money 01 through 16 was already used up apparently. We got 2 mana, and geez, the question is I think we can play everything with that. So let's keep it. Okay, I'm thinking the Naturalist is the first to go down. We're not going to be able to play the Runes of Speed. But if we got a 3rd land, we'll be able to put down the Runeforge Champion. At which point we'd be able to play the Runes of Speed for just a single. Let's go for Might. I guess we could do a lot. Let's go, GP Money. I'm not a person that sits on my hands. I'm playing Naya. There's some ugly looking birds there. Generous visitor. Let's see. Let's just start pumping some dudes up here. Now, he can kill any one of my guys he wants to, but he'd have to pretty much wipe out his board to take out the one with 4 for defense. There we go. Kill! I think someone's looking to Doomscar. White. Yeah, I'm gonna let that Doomscar play out. You're not getting any more creatures from me, my friend. Here's the deal, if you don't play it right now, I'm going to put out an enchantment on the next thing. It's going to pump everything up by 1 and you're going to die. That'll help you out too. Yeah, keep looking at your Doomscar. Let's go for this way first. Runeforge Champion. Let's go through the graveyard. Let's pull out Haste. And there we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And we're playing against Danger Russ. You know, for a guy named Russ, that is a pretty good nickname. I really appreciate that one. Good job, Danger Russ. 3 mana looking good. We got a creature. We got a Michiko. All right, we'll keep it. Generous visitor. Hello, have an acorn. Things I really want a white mana so I can play my next turn, but I do. Did I get it? I did. Blocking with Skeletorn. That was pretty sweet. That's less sweet. I don't need so much red. Let's go ahead and green up. Let's put out this guy. What do we got? Doomscar. Oh, I'm just going to Crazy Town. I'd Doomscar now if I was him. There it is. Big action. 2 or less. Anything else? Oh, sure, that sounds good. What do I not want back? Let's get rid of one of these. Discard that. Let's take a look at our graveyard first, see if there's anything good in it. Nope. I want to go through View Browser. We're going to go into my library. I'd like to get Haste. And let's go ahead and pay onto our boy here. Draw another card. Excellent. And attack. The amazing replicative capability of Naya Runes. Alright, can we beat that guy's butt at this point? What do we have to do? See, who's a new guy that I would afford going after here? We could do this. Come on here. Oh, cancel, sorry. Let's do that again. Gotta use the cheap effect. And we'll pump them up. There we go. Let's get dangerous. Yeah, I don't care. Kill one. Yeah, you're dead. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead. There's nothing you could do about it. I didn't even realize you were only at 10 life. I should have attacked with everything. Good game. There was a little Spanish fleet. There we go. Victory! And we're playing against Azcheron. Azcheron. Never heard that name before. Alright, here we go. 2 mana. And we're good. I'm keeping 2. Let's see, I'm thinking green and white are the... Oh, shite, I did that wrong. Well, hope I can pull another white out of someplace. Are you white? Yes, you are. Alright, there we go. Woo! Mono red goblins. Alright, now he's got a little beef on him. I can go up for that Runeforge Champion. The heck was that? Search my library. I'll go for green. He's already got trample. All right, got him down to 8. He's out of mana. He's got those 2. So he's got 2 mana to do something with. He could probably kill one of my guys. It looks like the end of it. Maybe he's going to try to bounce. There we go. Game's over. Good game, my friend. Good game. So this is Naya Runes, straight from Untapped GG's best of archetypes list. You know, it's not the top's not in the S tier, but it's in the second tier, and it's doing very well. Now, we just played it 3 times in a row, and we got 3 wins, and not even like tight wins, but just undisputed slaughter of the other people wins. Like one game was like 37 to -1. So yeah, this deck is rocking. It is aggro to the extreme. Can it hold up against mono white? I don't know. We didn't play against any mono whites there. What went well here? You know, here's the deal. I always thought that this guy was the guy that you needed to focus on, that he's just pumping up, he'd pump himself up and he'd get really big. But I realized that, yeah, putting the counters on other people is much better. It's kind of like the aspirant, the white one, because as long as he doesn't have any counters on himself, he's less of a target. I mean, he could be wiped out, sure, but you know, there's lots of things that can wipe people out. But they're not gunning for him because he's an engine, but when he's engineering himself, then it becomes a thing. So by taking his power and putting it onto other things, especially the naturalist who has lifelink, you're making it much better for yourself because it means he can stay out while this guy is going to be gaining you all of those life counters, right? The Runeforge Champion was incredible, and the Rune of Speed was by far the best thing to grab right off the bat, just to be able to get your guys in play and attacking rather than waiting a whole turn to do something about it. This card, I guess, was great because of the ability to go and fetch the cheap dudes out of your graveyard, so you can bring back the Kami of Transience, any permanent. So it's pretty much anything from this row over, you're able to go get back. I didn't even recognize it at the time, but yeah, this, between getting yourself an extra land and getting back something out of the graveyard, this is a fantastic card for this deck. I guess this is good. I never got a chance to use it that way. That 4 mana was a little rough because of how aggressive this deck is. Getting, you know, by the time you get to 4 mana, you're hoping to actually have the game won by that point. But you know, I guess maybe this will help win it if you're got that part and you still need to do something else. So this deck is fast. Hopefully you're not being blocked by people too early, because the more that you lose out on that early game, the more you're not going to make it. So this was a great deck. It had a great theme. It was very clean and it's very tight. I didn't even miss having man lands or Field of Ruins or anything like that. It didn't bother me in any of the games that we were playing with here. So I got to say that, yeah, this is a great deck. I'm going to call it an A+. I think that it's very competitive, and I think it's a great little deck. I recommend it. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.